Today we are making microwave nachos with homemade guacamole. So we're actually going to make the guacamole first so that we can put it on the nachos as soon as they're done. We're going to start with our avocado. This is a Hass avocado, this small brown guy here. You know he's ripe when he's brown, not green. And when you touch it, it should be like kind of soft to the touch, but not like you don't want to be able to stick your thumb through it, but it should like press and then bounce back a little bit. So when we cut an avocado, you want to find this root end here and start by putting your knife right into it. Now be careful. This is one of the few times you're ever going to point a knife toward your hand. So be very, very careful. And once I get in here, I'm going to feel the pit. And then I'm just going to gently turn the avocado, which is a fruit, by the way. So we're going to turn the fruit until the knife gets all the way around. Then we're going to twist. Woo! Yeah. So now to get this pit out, be very, very careful here. You want a sharp knife and don't be like, ah! Just very gently so that it goes in and then whoo, turn. Yeah. And that pit should come right out. She fell. Oh no, this fell in there too. Okay. I'll clean that up in a minute. So now to get the avocado out of the skin, we're just going to take a spoon and slide it around the outside. Comes out super easy. Whoo! And you want all that nice green part. This avocado is like beautifully, perfectly ripe. If you find one that's got some brown spots, that's okay. Just work around them. Slide that in. Clean hands, clean hands. And once again, it's okay if this breaks up a bit and you do it in more than one go. No big deal. Now, you don't want to make guacamole with an underripe avocado. So if your avocado is a little bit hard, just make sure to wait a day or so. Okay. I'll move that to the side here. Kind of make our own little natural garbage bowl. So now we've got our avocado in the bowl. Going to add a bit of onion. So once again, root end, stem end, cut off the stem. Little avocado garbage bowl there. Slice right through that root. Ooh. I need to be careful with this guy because he's fighting me a little bit. Whoa. Once again, I accidentally did really uneven halves. I'm going to take the smaller one. We don't need that much onion. We only have one avocado. And just peel off the skin. Oh, this one came off nice for me. Great. Pop that to the side. Okay. So once again, I'm going to use that same technique where I go around the onion. And if you look on the onion here, you could almost follow those little lines. It's like giving you a natural guide. Obviously, it doesn't have to be right on the line. It doesn't matter. Just to give you an idea of the shape you want to follow. Woo. I'm trying to cut this onion pretty fine. I don't like big chunks of onion in my guacamole, but you live your dreams. Okay. So I'm cutting up. You can use as little or as much of the onion as you want. I'm going to put in about half of this. Okay. Got my onion chopped up. I'm going to chop all my stuff and then I'm going to assemble. Next I have my tomato, already cleaned. Gonna cut this guy across. Gently de-seed him. Woo! Put my finger in, poke the seeds out. Yeah, I'm only gonna use half of this. So I'll just take the side that doesn't have the root. Make my life a little bit easier. And just give him a dice. Okay. Yeah, so I want approximately equal amounts of onion and tomato to go into this avocado. And finally, before we start mashing, we're going to take our lime. And when we juice a lime, you want to kind of roll it either on the cutting board, in your hands. I've even seen people microwave it for 15 seconds to get the juice kind of going. Slice it in half. Oh, my knife is not sharp today. See how, so I just stabbed it in there because I want to make sure I have a good grip. It doesn't slide off. And I'm just going to start with the juice of half of this lime, and I can always taste it and add more later. So I'm going to squeeze the lime through my fingers just to make sure that there's no seeds in there. If there are any seeds, I'll catch them with my hands. All right, this lime's not super juicy. I might need to add more. That's okay. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so now that that lime juice is on there, we're going to take our trusty fork and just mash this puppy. So you can mash as little or as much as you want. I like my guacamole pretty smooth with some chunks, but I've even seen people just cut it up, the avocado. And to me, that's a salsa. I want it mushed. But the reason why we added the lime before we started smashing is because avocado will oxidize or go brown if it's left to the air, and the lime juice, the acid in the lime juice slows that down. So just kind of getting my fork in there. You could take this completely smooth. I don't think that's necessary because you're going to have the onion and tomato chunks in there anyway. All right. Okay. So see how it's like mostly smooth, but we got a few little chunks. Now I'm going to add my tomato and onion. Woo! Woo! All together. The cilantro. I've just pulled this off the stems. This is my cilantro from my plant. Some people don't like cilantro. They think it tastes like soap. It's apparently genetic. I think cilantro tastes fresh and delicious. So I'm adding it. About a good tablespoon. And then we got to add some salt and pepper. So we want to make sure to get a healthy pinch of salt. Maybe between half a teaspoon and a teaspoon. That avocado is dense. It's got a good amount of fat in it and can really take the salt. And we've got the tomatoes, of course, which need it. And a good crack of pepper. All right. And then we're just going to mix this gently all together. You don't want to mush it anymore because it'll break up the tomatoes. And once I have it all stirred together, it looks like guacamole, doesn't it? Woo, exciting. Once I have it all stirred together, I'm going to give it a taste and see if it needs salt, pepper, or more lime. All right. Salt is good, pepper is good. For me, I want a tiny bit more lime, but I like mine limey. Just a little bit more. This lime doesn't really seem to have seeds, so I'm not super worried about it. And stir it together. Give it one last taste. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Now, because I can't help myself, I'm going to put it in my special avocado-shaped bowl. Woo! And this is going to be more guacamole than probably our chips can take. That's okay. Just cover it with plastic wrap, put the plastic right on the surface. Eat it with some more chips later. All right. So once that's good to go, get yourself a clean spoon because you just ate off of that one. And we'll get ready to assemble our nachos. And we're ready to assemble our nachos. So we have a can of refried beans here. These are pinto beans. They're already cooked and then a little bit mashed up. I'm just gonna take my spoon, dollop some beans over top of these chips. Woo! Kind of break it up. You don't want all the beans in one place. You can use up to half a can, I'd say, on one plate of chips. For me, that's a little too beany. I don't want it to feel like bean dip. I want it to feel like nachos. So I got some beans here. I wound up using like a quarter of the can, so about half a cup-ish total. Got about a cup of cheese. Just pour that over. You really want that cheese. You can use your fingers. Really want that cheese all over the chips and the beans. Then we're going to take it to the microwave. This will only take a minute. Maybe more, depends on your microwave. And I am excited. Microwave nachos are my dad's favorite snack when I was a kid, so it always reminds me of him. Okay, let's check and make sure this is all good and melty. Ooh, yeah. See that bubbly cheese? We got a tiny bit that's not... Okay, we got a tiny bit that's not quite melted on the beans. Beans are still warm. Yeah, the beans are hot. So I would rather have a tiny bit of cheese not melted than scorch any of my chips. Now we're over here with our nachos and our beautiful guacamole. You can spoon the guacamole on top of the nachos if you want. I'm just going to go in with a chip. So I want cheese, bean, woo, a little bit of guacamole. Ah! Put it in my face. It's tasty. You could add sour cream to this. If you had salsa, pickled jalapenos, you want to put some tomato or onion on the nachos, go wild. It's your dinner.